Live from Adelaide, this is 7 News with Gertie Spurling.
Good afternoon. Authorities and welfare agencies are bracing for Adelaide's hottest Australia Day on record, with the city expected to hit a top of 45 tomorrow. The extreme heat has forced many organisers to cancel or modify local Australia Day celebrations. But organisers of the flagship event in Elder Park say the traditional smoking ceremony will still go ahead as planned in the morning.
We're all very disappointed that we're not able to present Oz Lights on the river, which normally attracts about 30,000 people. However, the Morning in the Morning really is a special event, and we welcome everybody to come and join us.
Many shopping centres and other cool places will be closed due to the holiday, but some councils like Charles Sturt will open spaces for people to seek relief. A statewide code red is currently in place, with Baptist Care's city centre opening up to rough sleepers tomorrow night. The scorcher weather will coincide with the resumption of tram services to Glenelg. Today, the Premier hitched a ride on the last day of testing and driver training. Trams to the Bay have been out of action for the last 6 months to allow overpasses to go in over 4 major intersections.
And those level crossings being removed will see countless hours being saved by motorists on these key corridors forevermore.
The first service on the upgraded line is set to leave Glengarry just after 6 a.m. The project has cost $870 million. Protesters and a rogue kangaroo have added extra drama to the final stage of this year's Tour Down Under. As Casey Treloar reports, Australia's Jay Vine has been crowned this year's winner despite being caught up in the chaos.
Well, the circuit through the hills is one of the more popular stages of the tour, and conditions were much kinder for the riders and fans today.
The mercury only topped 29 degrees in Spurling, but conditions riders weren't banking on was the threat of wildlife. With 95 kilometres to go, a kangaroo attempted to cross as the peloton raced through. Among the riders hit race leader Jay Vine.
Never seen that before.
You don't see that in the Tour de France, only in Australia.
It's one of those things, bad luck, but yeah, luckily I'm okay.
A quick change onto a new bike, allowing the Aussie to hold on to his overall lead until the very end.
The biggest story of the race is Jay Vine, for the second time in his career, is the winner of the Santos Tour Down Under.
But before today's stage even began, an Extinction Rebellion staged protest. Conservation SA also raising its concerns about the event's major sponsor.
We love the Tour Down Under. We think it is a fantastic event. We are just so disappointed that a big fossil fuel company like Santos is sponsoring it.
But no one loved today's final stage more than local hills businesses that lined the circuit, resulting in a major economic boost.
This will be our biggest day for the year for 2026, and it's so exciting.
And we'll have all the thrills and spills of the race in 7 News at 6.
A woman is in hospital after a shocking one-punch attack on Hindley Street. As Mitchell Sariowski reports, police quickly arrested the suspect, who's been charged with assault.
The victim was at the Little Pub here on Hindley Street having a drink when she was attacked.
Unprovoked and random, an innocent woman is struck. For 10 long minutes, the 48-year-old was unconscious while pub security stopped the suspect from leaving. Officers finally move in, arresting the 36-year-old woman and marching her to the Hindley Street police station. Moments before the dangerous blow, the attacker had her victim in sight. Then, violence erupted, the pub patron dropping to the ground. As paramedics raced to the scene, police and members of the public helped the badly injured woman. She was loaded into an ambulance and taken to the Royal Adelaide.
They're mental cases who should be helped and not running around because of that.
Women think that it's cool to go around bashing each other, and it's really not. We've got to stick to being who we are, I think. This lady could be paraplegic, she could end up not being able to walk.
For the Premier, it's hard to comprehend. On Friday, he was in the West for the memorial service for Tim Picton, who died after an alleged one-punch assault in Perth.
I can't think of a single dispute that is worth throwing a punch to someone's head, because it can take out a life. It's just not worth it.
The suspect has spent the weekend behind bars charged with assault causing harm. She'll face court on Tuesday.
The Prime Minister has brushed off reports he was the target of an extremist kidnapping plot. A man was allegedly offered $10,000 to abduct him after the Bondi Beach terror attack.
My focus is on keeping all Australians safe, not myself.
Police have opened an investigation. The threat reportedly came from a right-wing group using an online chat platform. Susan Lee appears to be on borrowed time as Liberal leader, with key party figures scoping out support for a tilt of their own. As political editor Mark Riley reports, a direct challenge may still be some way away, but the negotiations are already in full swing.
Well, Angus Taylor, the Shadow Defence Minister and presumed Liberal leadership candidate, has returned home from his European holiday and straight away hit the phones to talk to his colleagues as the Liberal Party moves on an inevitable course to yet another leadership spill. Mr Taylor stood against Susan Lee after the Liberal Party's election rout last year, losing by just a couple of votes, and I'm told he would definitely be a candidate again this time if there is another spill. That, as the other presumed Conservative leadership contender Andrew Hastie was out for a Sunday morning jog around his home south of Perth, but run down by our ageless and indefatigable 7 News colleague Jeff Parry. Have a look.
I just don't want to talk about party matters to the media. It's not what we do.
Well, it suggests that you've already got the numbers.
There are a lot of suggestions out there.
Will you be talking to Angus Taylor about it, trying to come to some solution for this problem?
I'll give you the same answer, and I won't be talking about party matters.
An interview on the run. Now, senior Liberals tell me reports in 9 newspapers that Angus Taylor has offered Mr Hastie the role of his deputy are wrong. A bit of mischief making as the Conservatives wrestle over which of the two men is their preferred leadership candidate, something they've been told to work out between themselves, although I understand they're yet to speak to each other directly, all this being done thus far through intermediaries. The only remaining question now, though, is when that challenge will come.
Reporter Jeff Parry going to great lengths to get that interview there. Well, Sydney Swans player Taylor Adams was punched and knocked unconscious outside a club in Sydney last night. The 32-year-old was reportedly with other Swans players when he got into an altercation with 2 men. Adams was knocked to the ground and later taken to hospital. No arrests have been made. The aggressors fled before officers arrived, but detectives say Adams didn't know the 2 aggressors. The Liberals have doubled down on their policy to introduce a pipeline between Largs Bay and West Beach to combat coastal erosion. The $140 million project over 20 years is in stark contrast to Labor's $190 million dredging program over the same period.
This is the plan that gets the balance right, not only between the environment, the cost and the community desires, but to ensure that there is a long-term management plan for West Beach and beyond.
But the government says the Liberals' proposal isn't properly costed and wouldn't deliver enough sand onto the beach. Ahead on 7's early news, a Mercedes that had just been purchased engulfed in flames at Paralawi. Violence spills onto the streets after US immigration forces shoot and kill a nurse. A man in court accused of firebombing a Canberra cop shop. And the British artist celebrating Hottest 100 glory.
Tonight, a Big Bash final for the ages.
Here we go. Oh my God. What about this? This day is just getting better.
Perth Scorchers, Sydney Sixers. Tonight, live and free on 7 and stream free on 7+.
What's up? You seem kind of sluggish today.
Things aren't really moving. Try Metamucil's Daily Multi-Health Fibre. Its 100% natural psyllium fibre traps and removes waste to support gut health and regularity.
Now you're moving.
Metamucil keeps you moving.
This goes out to the back-to-school crew, beating the bell, raising hell, out of the box, out of the blocks. Find your perfect fit at the Athlete's Foot.
Go Harvey Norman and beat the heat with our huge range of cooling solutions for your home. Split systems from all the big brands, plus portable aircons and fans to get you through the hot nights. Best brands, best range, best prices at Harvey Norman now.
Boating, camping, fishing is BCF fun. Exactly what that means will change for everyone. Bushweed's fun, crushing ice fun, worries none. Boating, camping, fishing is BCF fun. Hey!
No child should feel their best effort isn't enough. Don't let poverty take another school year from Ava. Sponsor a child today.
A Mercedes has been destroyed in a suspicious blaze at Paralowie. Emergency crews were called to Kings Road just after 4 a.m. to find the sports car engulfed in flames. Police investigations have revealed the car had recently been stalled. US immigration enforcement officers have shot and killed a nurse in the city of Minneapolis. Video shows the 37-year-old being wrestled to the ground before gunshots ring out. Thousands of Americans now gathering for protests and vigils. Here's Miley Hogan.
Gertie, good afternoon. That is the claim from federal authorities who say this 37-year-old man approached ICE officers armed with a semi-automatic handgun and that he had the intent to, quote, massacre law enforcement. Now, videos that have surfaced online appear to contradict that version of events. The 37-year-old man can be seen with a phone in one hand. His other hand appears to be empty. The video also shows him being surrounded by ICE agents, wrestled to the ground before those gunshots then go off. Take a listen to the conflicting versions here from federal authorities compared to state authorities.
An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The officers attempted to disarm this individual, but the armed suspect reacted violently. Fearing for his life and for the lives of his fellow officers around him, an agent fired defensive shots. This looks like a situation where an individual arrived at this scene to inflict maximum damage on individuals and to kill law enforcement.
Thank God we have video, because according to DHS, these 7 heroic guys took an onslaught of a battalion against them or something. It's nonsense, people.
The 37-year-old man has now been identified as Alex Pretty. He is a local nurse in Minneapolis there. It is the second fatal shooting of a US citizen by an ICE officer in Minneapolis in just over 2 weeks, and that has sparked more protests on the streets. There's also been a vigil held for Alex Pretty as well. There are also questions this evening about the investigation. Federal authorities say that they are taking the lead, but that has led to questions from state authorities who are concerned about how impartial this investigation can be.
Now to the moment a Canberra police station was torched. A man approached the front doors, splashing petrol and throwing a jerry can before setting it alight. Officers inside the station managed to put the flames out before they really took hold. A 40-year-old man was later arrested and has faced court. He'll undergo a mental health assessment. The people have spoken. Triple J's Hottest 100 revealing the top song of 2025 was Man I Need by British pop star Olivia Dean. Aussie artist Kelly Holiday took out second spot with his anthem Dancing 2, welcoming the news with wild celebrations. I think that's pretty standard from Kelly. Well, 2 other Aussie artists made it into the top 5. Melbourne band Play Lunch for their bogan funk anthem Keith, and Tame Impala with Dracula. Stay with us after the break. Soda will join us with the day's sport news as South Aussie Travis Head speaks exclusively to 7 ahead of next month's T20 World Cup. And a Sixers slump, Adelaide defeated for the 3rd time in its past 4 games.
Of knowing that Budget Direct paid out over $1.5 billion on claims in the last 12 months.
Oh, thanks.
Do yourself a favour, quote with Budget Direct first.
Insurance solved with Budget Direct.
The tapping.
The timing.
The potential.
Birthday present.
More lessons? Definitely.
We are Glam Galaxy!
Whatever role you need us to play, we're your partner for every stage. NAB, more than money.
Beacon's having a fan and light frenzy. Buy 2 and get 40% off any second item. Fans, pendants, lamps, you choose. Buy 2 and get 40% off your second. Sale on now.
Good afternoon. Rain is threatening to impact tonight's Big Bash final between the Scorchers and Sixers in Perth. With a pumped-up home crowd in excess of 50,000 expected, the Scorchers are the favourites to claim a record-extending 6th BBL title. But with Steve Smith in sizzling form, the home side know they need to be at their best.
He's a world-class cricketer and he makes life difficult for bowlers at the best of times, and that's no different for us, but we'll be better off for having seen a bit of him the other night.
Marley Beardman got rid of Smith for 37 in the qualifier. The decider is live and free right here on the screens of 7. We're flying out for Australia's T20 World Cup warm-up series in Pakistan. Travis Head has told 7 News he wouldn't be surprised to see Steve Smith get a late call-up.
You've never say never on anyone. There's definitely guys throughout all formats of the game that are bloody close to playing. He's one of them. He dominates and shows exactly why he's been the best of our generation, and I'm sure he's got plenty of motivation, not just to get played for Australia, but to win another trophy for the Sixers.
The Aussies play 3 matches in Lahore before heading to Sri Lanka, where they'll be based for the pool stage. A reluctance to play games in India has seen Bangladesh dumped, with Scotland coming in their spot. The world number 1, Carlos Alcaraz, and his counterpart, Aryna Sabalenka, have sent a warning to their opponents at the Australian Open. Alcaraz swept past 19th seed Tommy Paul in straight sets to set up a potential quarter-final against Alex de Minaur.
Playing with the home crowd, I think he feels really comfortable here. I'm not going to take it personal, but the crowd is gonna be for him, and I know that.
Sabalenka was pushed but was too strong for Canadian teenager Victoria Mboko. Last night, 2-time champion Naomi Osaka withdrew from her match against Aussie wildcard Madison Inglis with an ab injury. Inglis will face Iga Swiatek in the 4th round and will earn at least $450,000.
First round qualies was 40 grand. I was like, whoa, that's amazing.
450, that's great. Now, Novak Djokovic came within centimetres of angrily hitting a ball kid in his straight sets win in round 3. The Adelaide 36ers lead at the top of the NBL ladder has been cut to just 1 after a 5-point loss to the Kings in Sydney. Billed as the battle for the MVP between Bryce Cotton and Kendrick Davis saw the Sixers star scoreless in the first half. Down by 13, the wheels were coming off.
Steal from Torrey Craig for Mellowatts. Time out Adelaide. Things are getting very wonky now for the ladder leaders.
Former Sixer Davis finished with 20. Adelaide has now lost 3 of its last 4 games. Next up, we've got Brisbane on the Gold Coast on Wednesday. Well, a very proud Adelaide United boss, Ayrton Andreoli, admits he couldn't wait to see Brodie Burkett at the top level after nurturing his talent in the youth team over the past 3 years. The 19-year-old came off the bench at half-time to score a hat-trick in another late Reds win.
Their players have got a lot of talent, and you have to work really hard to get them to understand the football is a game that you have to work for your teammates. You have to do the work that needs to be done. But that kid has got that naturally.
Adelaide's 5th on the ladder and hosts Macarthur on Friday night. Well, Britain's Matthew Brennan has taken out the 5th and final stage of the Tour Down Under, a 170-kilometre loop through the Adelaide Hills, starting and finishing in Spurling. Despite being taken out by a kangaroo with just under 100 k's to go, Aussie Jay Vine held on to the ochre jersey to claim his 2nd TDU title.
Today was never going to be easy, and I've been saying all week that it's not over till it's over, but geez, it's definitely proven to be it's never over till it's over in this race for us.
Mauro Schmidt and Harry Sweeney rounded out the podium. That is our look at sport. How quintessentially Australian. Have a kangaroo just take the riders out. It was remarkable, wasn't it?
Wasn't it? Luckily no one was hurt.
Unbelievable. And we've got some more from Travis Head coming up at 6 o'clock in news too, Gertie.
Great. Looking forward to that. And what about Madison Inglis? What a great result. Not only does she not have to play Naomi Osaka, she gets 450k.
And if she wins, it could be even more. She'll get around the 600 plus.
Oh, best of luck to her.
Easy money.
Well, for some, perhaps, not me, I don't think. Thanks, Soda. Well, stay with us. I'll have all tomorrow's weather details up next.
Le nostre creazioni nascono da un sogno, la Puglia. È la casa Natuzzi Italia. Noi vi aspettiamo qui. Natuzzi Italia.
This goes out to the back-to-school crew. Beating the bell. Raising hell. Out of the box. Out of the blocks. Run to fit in. Or jump to stand out. Find your perfect fit at the Athlete's Foot.
At 5-Star Outdoors, we've been protecting Aussie homes against the harsh conditions for years.
Whatever your chosen defence, you can rely on us.
Buy two and get the third one free. You can even get a mix of blinds and shutters.
We'll show Mother Nature who's boss.
5-Star Outdoors.
At My Living Outdoors, we love what we do.
Let's talk about la 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 love is. Let's talk about
My Living Outdoors.
The Beds and Dreams Stocktake sale is on now. Hurry, save up to 50% off our entire range of beds and mattresses. And right now, take an extra 10% off all sale prices. Beds and Dreams extra 10% off ends Sunday.
Mike Smithson has our main bulletin at 6. And Smitho, what have you got?
Well, Gertie, did someone say it's hot outside? I think they did. Well, you ain't seen nothing yet. We have the very latest on what's widely expected to be our hottest Australia Day on record and what events are for the chop. We're live to Glenelg for the long-awaited return of the Bay Trams. It's been nearly $1 billion spent. The South Aussie in contention for a gong at the Oscars. It shows our creative people are fighting way above their weight. And a Travis Head exclusive as he heads to the T20 World Cup. Has he got anything else to conquer? I ask you that. And Gertie, we always like to have a laugh when things don't quite go to plan. Take, for instance, last night's weather segment. You, of course, a lighting stand and a technical malfunction.
That cloud cover has certainly helped to take the edge off, and now we have some cooler southwesterly winds just pushing through, even pushing that scrim just right in front of my face as well, so you can tell.
Yes, you can tell, and one thing I can tell you, I'm glad it was you and not me.
I've always thought maybe I had some spinach in my teeth or something, and the camo was giving me a bit of a hint.
No, you have now.
Thanks, Smitho. Well, I'll make sure to find one of your best bloopers and reveal it to the audience too. Plenty of them, that's for sure. Thanks, Smitho. Well, to the weather now. It was a hot afternoon in the city, and tomorrow is expected to be 7 degrees warmer. Our top today was 36, and we reached that around 3:45 this afternoon. Warm overnight too, with a low of just 20 shortly before 6. Right now, it's still 36 degrees. Around the country, much cooler in Melbourne today, sitting on 21 at the moment. Warm in Sydney, currently 31. Mostly clear skies in Brisbane though, with a shower possible in Perth this evening. A low pressure trough is lingering over inland parts of the state today. It'll weaken overnight, with a high to send hot, dry northerlies across SA tomorrow, allowing that extreme heat to really build. Very hot in the far north, dry thunderstorms are possible about the Pastoral and Flinders districts. We could see some areas of raised dust too. 47 for Roxby, Woomera and Maree, 48 for Port Augusta. A southerly wind change will take the edge off slightly along southern coasts in the evening, but not by much. Don't expect a cool change till mid-morning on Wednesday. 33 is the top for Port Lincoln, 44 for Whyalla, 47 for Port Pirie, 45 for Renmark and Murray Bridge, 40 for Kingscote, 35 for Victor, 41 for Narracoord. And a severe heatwave warning remains in place for much of the state. In the city, another balmy night with a low of just 20, then a scorching top of 45 degrees tomorrow, more than likely our hottest Australia Day on record. And I'll have more on when this heatwave will ease in the full forecast later tonight. That's all the news for now. Mike Smithson will have all the day's top stories at 6 o'clock. Bye for now.
The 7 News app will give you the news you want every minute of every day, including breaking news alerts. Download the 7 News app now.